Not giving a fuck is deciding to choose you every day, all day. And this is even in your worst moods, your shadow aspects, everything that you don't like about yourself. This is about owning all of who you are, putting yourself first, putting your worth on a high, putting your worth where you think it belongs, and not wavering on it. So all this sets the ground rules of not giving a fuck. And honestly, it seems easier said than done. Now, it may be to some people, depending on how you grew up and where you came from. But to a lot of us, it is a skill that we have to practice and develop over time. So, with that being said, you're going to have times where you still care what people think and you still give a fuck. But your thing is to give less and less fucks every day, until you just no longer give a fuck. So with that being said, you have to understand first and foremost where you're putting your energy to on a daily basis. Are you waking up, you're checking everyone else's page, comparing yourself, seeing what so-and-so is doing when they're not supposed to be in your life anymore, you know, having toxic people in your life, and you feeding the drama, which I still tend to do even. But these are things you have to watch yourself. You have to be alert in the now and see what are your habits. Are you giving your energy to a boss that doesn't give a fuck about you, a low-paying job, things that you give too many fucks about that you shouldn't be giving a fuck about? If you care too much and it's stressing you out, ask yourself, what is making you stress out? Is it people that you worry about that you really don't even need or care about, and you're trying to impress them? So you really have to tune in. It's a lot to do with tuning in, and knowing thyself is really important. And again, I always say, you guys, knowing thyself takes a lot of work, because you have to be able to do the work to be introspective, to read up on what an introvert is, what an extrovert is, what it means to be human in this planet. Even reading about how the planet works, it helps you decide what are your viewpoints, what are your opinions. All this helps you decipher and create boundaries and understand what you will and will not put up with. So all these are important. And this is how you can create this tendency of not giving a fuck. Now, essentially, you don't, and we're not talking about from an inauthentic space. We want it to be real. So the more and more you're comfortable with who you are and your true self and your well-being, you put that first and foremost, everything else will fall away. So making sure you eat on time, making sure you're good within yourself, your health, your mental health, you're surrounded by a good support system. You cared for, you got what you need out the day, you're doing your passions, living out your dreams. That's all you need to not give a fuck. And a lot of times when you start going hard, you start going ham on yourself, you'll notice that people want to pull you, want to come in your energy, come in your lane, but you got to keep it up, stay in your lane, keep doing you, and understand that that's all it takes to not give a fuck. And again, it takes practice. It's just all about tuning into yourself and staying in your lane. But yeah, as always, be dope, be unapologetically. Peace.